don't want to stay here.
You're not Carol.
She was getting out of here. She was cured.
No, she wasn't cured. The rule said she could leave. She was in no immediate physical danger, but she wasn't cured.
She had plans, I know, she told me.
I know, but she conned us all of us. Her plans, her sense of humor, all a con. She couldn't share her fears and rituals like you have. She quit.
You quit. You let her die.
I did the best I could. I didn't get her in time.
You don't feel anything.
I feel.
What?
I feel lost. Lost.
It hurts.
I know. But you hang in there. You're gonna get well, I promise.
I don't want to die. Don't let me die.
You're not gonna die.
I feel empty.
I'm here. I love you. I promise you it's going to be okay. Come on. Come on.
Casey. Casey. You look better. I was hoping you'd be wearing that new blouse I bought you last week. I spent the whole afternoon picking it out.
This one's fine.
Why don't we all sit down?
Does it matter where we sit?
Probably.
Well, who starts?
Why not you?
Well, I'm kind of new at this. What do you want me to say?
How do you think she looks?
She looks good.
Why don't you tell the truth, Daddy? Isn't that what we're here for?
Well, actually, we're here because I want to see how all of you deal with each other.
Okay. If this is supposed to be family dynamics time, we might as well start with me. The troublemaker. The bad seed. That's not true, Gail.
Mrs. Powell, Gail is a grown woman. She's about to have a baby. She can speak for herself.
I just think she's exaggerating.
Okay. Gail, would you continue, please?
I'm not exaggerating. Every time I sneeze, I get into trouble. She was always a good one until now, Little Miss Perfect. I don't know why they always had to pick on me. Maybe it was because I was the oldest and she was the baby. Maybe they were just uptight and they didn't know how to handle me.
We were not uptight. The two of you are just different.
Maybe we're not so different. Maybe Casey just had to starve herself to get your attention.
And maybe that's just your own interpretation.
You see what I mean? He doesn't want to listen.
Gail, just stop it.
You know, if you weren't 7 months pregnant,
What would you do? Spank me? Right here in front of the doctor?
you ought to be spanked because all you're doing is just showing off. One thing to be honest, and it's something else to have a sassy mouth.
Now, will you both just stop it?
Is this how you usually all get along?
Yes, it is. This is it, Dr. Orlovsky. The way it almost always is.
Well, what about Casey? Where does she fit in?
That's what drives me crazy. She never gave us a minute's trouble. I mean, up until all this happened, you hardly ever knew she was around.
You know, it's interesting you put it that way. Look where she is right now, over there by herself. Casey, do you always go away by yourself when the fighting starts?
What do you mean?
I mean, when things get noisy, do you go away by yourself and let Gail get all the attention?
I don't want that kind of attention.
Huh. What kind of attention do you want?
I don't know.
I think you're pushing Casey too hard, Mr. Orlovsky. She's not well.
Mrs. Powell, this is part of the problem. You three fight, Casey withdraws, Gail gets all the attention.
Who needs that kind of attention?
Frank, please open your eyes. When Casey was a good, sensible girl, you ignored her. Now that she's sick, she gets more attention than she's ever gotten her whole life. What's the point of getting better if she's going to lose all that attention?
Are you trying to say that I'm the cause of all this?
I'm trying to get all of you to start paying a lot more attention to Casey. As a family, you must encourage her to depend upon you emotionally. Otherwise, she's going to remain as helpless and as isolated as she is right now.
All I ever wanted in my whole life was to make my children happy. My God.
Please, Frank. No, nobody's blaming you.
I can't help it. I'm sorry. I can't stand to see my baby like this. Honey, I love you. If this is all my fault, I'd rather die.
How do you feel about all this, Casey?
I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't want it, and I hate it.
What do you hate?
My family. I hate them. But I want them. And I hate wanting them.
Why do you hate it?
I hate wanting. Wanting something means that you'll never get it.
Haven't we always given you what you wanted? Everything you've asked for.
Tell me one damn thing that I ever asked for. When did I ever ask for? I